I'm James Helder. Welcome to Not For The News World Cup special. As always, I'm joined by Leon Knight and Curtis Woodhouse. Gentlemen, great to have you with me. You all good? Love that. Woodhouse,
all good.
you look like you've been enjoying the atmosphere of the England games. Love that, Woodhouse.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tipsy, I'm not going to lie, but I'm all good.
I'm all for that.
World Cup, innit? It's a World Cup.
I'm all for that energy. Straight in after England's 6-2 win over Iran. What do we make of it initially? I'm going to go straight to Leon Knight with this one. Give us your thoughts on the game, Leon.
I thought it was good. I just think the only disappointing side was Kane didn't score and we conceded 2, really. Other than that, couldn't fault the performance. Always first game of tournaments is always like, a bit nervy and stuff, and you're playing a team that you don't really know and stuff and whatever. So, end of the day, 3 points, 6 goals. Like I said, the only downside was that our main striker didn't get on the score sheet, and get away, and we conceded 2 goals. Also, Maguire came off with a little knock or whatever, but apart from that, can't fault it, mate.
It's a good start, isn't it? It's a good start for England. We beat 20th ranked nation in the world, bizarrely, in Iran. Woodhouse, what's your take on it?
Yeah, happy. I've probably seen as many World Cups as you guys, and I've never seen England come out and score 6 on the opening day of the tournament. So, yeah, happy. And I disagree a little bit with 90. So the 2 goals conceded for me are part of us embracing a more expansive way of football. Because that's the only way we can win the tournament. We can't win the tournament playing 5-4-1. I'm so glad Gareth went with the back 4. I know he's kind of forced into it a little bit against Iran, but we need to play this way to be able to win it, and that means we're going to concede goals. But look what we've got going forward. We are dangerous. We need to embrace it. So, I'm so happy that we got the goals today. Disappointed with Kane didn't get off the mark, like 90 said. Disappointed in Kane's performance. For me, he needs to stop. If we're playing that 4-2-3-1, he's dropping into the 10 role where we already have somebody in there. He needs to stop that, play higher up the pitch, score more goals for us. But yeah, happy.
How would you rank this out of 10 if you had to give England, not every player, but the team in general? What mark would you give them against Iran?
9.
90?
6-2.
Yeah, you can't fault a 9, really. You can't win 6-2 and then give a team 7 or 6. That don't make no sense. So yeah. It's a strong 8, 9, easy. Like, do you know what I mean?
How much did the injury to the Iran goalie early on in the game from the collision with his own teammate, how much do you think that impacted the result?
Zilch.
You think it was inevitable England were going to get hold of Iran?
Yeah, I mean, come on, bruv. Like, what? Who's this goalkeeper? Who's he play for?
Yeah, he's not prime Peter Schmeichel, is he?
Was you boys as surprised as me to find that Iran are ranked 20th in the world?
Yeah. Someone tweeted me that. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I've not gone through the official list. It's insane. No disrespect to Iran. I'm sure they are a very good footballing nation, but to rank them 20th in the world, come on.
Listen, full disrespect to Iran. My maths team would dust that team, not a problem. Light work.
I said I said I could put together a team now and we'll beat that Iran side.
All day long.
100%.
I don't get it. Is there anything, Gareth, you thought he should have done different in the team or the tactics in terms of players starting, in terms of personnel? Or are you happy with the 11 that started for England against Iran?
I mean, for me, how Foden doesn't play, if we're playing someone in that 10 role running off Kane, is a mystery. Because Mount, by the way, I'm not digging him out, but he was poor today. He was poor. Mount was poor. Phil Foden, how can we have Phil Foden sat on the bench? Come on. It's hard to argue because we won 6-2, we played well, but come on. To win the tournament, we need Phil Foden in the team.
Yeah, you like Curtis is saying, the argument of you shouldn't have played this one as that one it's on its head now because result. Do you know what I mean? But I said before the game when I heard Mount was starting, like, what are you basing this off? You're not even basing it off the same that you're basing Pickford or Maguire or Sterling. Pickford, you know, he's having a torrid time with Everton, but come England, he's like a superhero. You're talking about Maguire, always turns up, and then you're talking about Sterling, always turns up. All three of them players are struggling at club level. Yeah? Mount struggling at club level and does nothing at international either. Do you understand what I'm saying? So where they, well, like I said,
get the Mount one. I'm with you now. I don't get the Mount one. I don't get it. And I'm with you 100%. I get the Pickford one. You know, I get the Maguire one. I get all of them because they're, you know, struggling for club level. But for England, amazing. I don't get the Mason Mount one. I don't get what he brings to the team.
Should we be getting excited a little bit about England in this World Cup, having started the way we have? I think it's too early to start really getting involved in the excitement of it and the hype.
Mate, we can win this World Cup. We can win it. 1,000,000% we can win the World Cup. Just like we could have won the Euros last time and we could have won the World Cup the time before. The issue with this team is the manager. And hopefully the manager today has played that form, played that system, and he'll stay with it. But, a big but, when we come up against the big dogs, I think he'll go back to a 5-4-1, and I think he'll sit in, and I think Kane will end up dropping deep, so he'll end up as a 5-5-0 formation, and we'll get beat.
So what you're saying is, against Iran, we were like a Rottweiler, but when we play the big dogs, we're going to morph into a Chihuahua.
I think so, but listen, I would love to be proved wrong. I hope. Listen, this is Southgate's last tournament. No matter what happens, he's going to go after this tournament. For me, he has to go balls out and say, listen, this is us. You score 4, we'll score 6. That's the only way we're going to win the tournament.
And let me tell you this. I don't think there's a team, if I'm looking at it, not even Brazil, that have got firepower on the field and off the field like we have. Like, you ain't got a team that can bring on, you know, when we talk club football, it's different, and you know, we're having a go at Rashford and we're having a go at Grealish and this stuff. But these players came on and scored today.
Yeah.
If you know what a goal does to you, yeah, first game, coming off the bench, you're gonna be itching now to be starting. Training, you're gonna be flying all over the place. Yeah? And that's only good. Because in the back of their mind, they still know Kane's starting. Yeah? They still know this. But they know when they get on, they've hit the ground running already. Do you understand what I'm saying?
One thing about Southgate is, and props to him, the change we made were at the right time and made a massive impetus. All of a sudden, we brought on like 3 players, and it's like, oh, shit, game on. And they all jumped on it, and they were good. Listen, I've given England a bit of stick today on Twitter or whatever, that you might have taken it that way, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
I am happy. Today I'm sat here now. Yeah, okay, granted, I've had a bottle of Merlot, but I'm sat here thinking, boys, it's coming home, you know.
I don't know, lads. It's happening to all of us already. I'm trying to stay calm. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to stay calm with it.
Right. I can't remember a last time in a Euros or a World Cup a team spun a team 6.
It's never happened.
I can't remember England scoring so many in an opening game. I'm sure they.
And let me tell you this. Bruv, we've got mental firepower. We all know Kane's going to tuck. Yeah? When Kane tucks, that is Rashford, Grealish, Saka.
Wilson. Don't forget Wilson.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Wilson, when he came on, gives a whole different option. He ran in behind, stretched their defence. Wilson was the one.
Not even Brazil has got this.
Do you reckon Kane would have been absolutely fuming he hasn't got amongst the goals today? Particularly that golden boot.
1,000,000%.
But you know what, though, James? He's not going to score goals if he stays on the halfway line when we're attacking. Get in the box.
Big point.
Like Curtis, what I don't understand is that granted, yeah, he created Sterling's goal, assist, whatever, and this, that, and the other. And that's all fine now and again, dropping in and doing your stuff and whatever. But where's this come from in his game where you got to now drop that deep?
Madness.
To pick the ball. This is not Tottenham, bro.
Is it? Is it because his legs have gone?
Yeah.
Is it because he can't run in behind?
But he's never been the fastest. His game has never been play on the last man and getting behind, has it?
Yeah, but
no, but it's never been dropping this deep either.
Yeah, and his game was always like back into a man, turn him, get away from him, get a yard, shot off. Like, he's not even. You know what? I'm not even going to get onto Kane, you know? I swear down. I'm not going to get onto him, but we need you on a score sheet. We need
100%.
We need right now, Valencia for Ecuador is top goal scorer in the flipping competition. I'll be pissed off if I was Kane. 6 goals scored. I ain't scored a goal.
Listen, for us to win the World Cup, he needs 5 goals.
Easy.
For us to win it. He don't need 5 assists.
I hear that.
And I like Kane. We spoke about Kane on here loads of times. For me, in the best top 2 or 3 number 9s on the planet, when he plays as a number 9,
yeah.
I don't like him dropping in there too deep. I don't like it.
And Kane, if you like, don't get twisted. Some players will like, they're in a hotel, they're doing whatever, this, that, and the other. They'll watch shows like this. Yeah? And we're not getting onto you, Kane. We just want you in your best position, what's going to give us the biggest advantage. Now, you up top as a number 9, there ain't a man in this tournament, if you're hitting on song, that's going to be going on like you go on. I don't care who you are. There's not a number 9 in the tournament.
I'm with you. I wouldn't swap Kane for anybody in this tournament. Down the middle, number 9. Nobody.
That's an Arsenal fan saying that as well. No chance.
I'm loving this patriotism from 90. I'm loving it, lads. I'm loving it. Speaking of patriotism, we saw Qatar make history as being the first home nation to lose the opening game of a World Cup. Disappointment for the Qataris, pride and joy for Ecuador, in particular Valencia. Let's go on to a little bit about the opening ceremony and the opening game, some of the things that have been happening around the tournament. I know you boys were watching it as excited as I am. What did you make of Qatar in the opening game against Ecuador? Straight to Curtis Woodhouse for this one.
They were poor, weren't they? To be fair, I mean, they were poor, really poor. You don't make me laugh though. Like someone's probably made about £10 million on that disallowed goal early doors. Someone sat at home like on the VAR, like, listen, babe, we've made it.
I'm glad you mentioned this.
We've made it.
Curtis, have you ever seen something so blatantly not offside been disallowed?
Right. But did you think it was coming though? Yeah. 1 minute in, they're like, listen, it's early, but we're gonna have to play our joker here straight away.
Oh, it made me laugh. It did make me laugh, honestly. It did make me laugh.
Qatar are rubbish as well, aren't they? Qatar are poor.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be that Qatari goalkeeper at the moment, would you? Let's be honest. He's on thin ice. Let's be brutally honest.
Absolute banter yesterday.
Yeah, poor.
That was
they like as like a home nation as well, like that. That's holding the thing. Like, bloody hell, bro, man. You gotta come out better than that. And you're not even playing no one elite like that.
Yeah. Sometimes
they make Ecuador look elite at times.
Yeah. Ecuador look decent. To be fair, I think sometimes like so I think we're all similar ages, probably all watched the same World Cups, but sometimes when you first burst on the scene, you have to make an impression. I remember Cameroon beating Argentina. Remember that?
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
The header.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, African football is alive and kicking. Everyone's like, oh, okay. These guys are not here to make up the numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Qatar. I'm reading things about Qatar. Like, they're playing 3-5-2. They look to counter. They got loads of pace. So I'm like, okay, let's have a look. 15 minutes in, I'm like, whoa, you boys better have a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of bribes to get you through this group stage. Mate, they were poor.
Yeah, they were poor. They were poor. Let's be brutally honest. They were poor.
Got that goal. Who scored that goal for Cameroon against Argentina? What's his name?
Can't remember his name, but he got up so high, then he headed it down.
Yeah. Let's just take a minute to give Valencia his props over the way he performed in the first game. Incredible performance from him, and a real eye-catching moment for Ecuador. Speaking of eye-catching, did you see the Ecuadorian fan when Ecuador scored in the crowd? Did you boys see that? Was you watching that bit?
I didn't see it.
No.
What happened?
If you looked at the clips I sent you in the group, but that's a whole different story. Yeah. No, yeah. As we say, let's look at some of the stuff that's been happening in the World Cup. So, about half hour before the first fans sort of arrived around it, the beers were stopped. Budweiser, I can imagine, weren't best pleased about that, having paid £75 million to FIFA to sponsor the official tournament. Oh, it's a kick up the nuts for Budweiser, isn't it? Let's be honest.
But that's peanuts to them, man, though. They don't say that, yeah, we'll give you that back. Wait after the tournament.
The way that FIFA guy was going on, I wouldn't want to ask him for the money back. I don't think you're getting.
You know what, though? Someone's probably opened a bottle of Budweiser, had a sip of it, and be like, mate, because that stuff tastes like piss.
Yeah,
so it's the worst bit. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, Budweiser tweeted out, like, it's been taken down now, but they did tweet out, well, this is awkward.
They should have just had Ray and Nephews as the advertisers.
I just want to big up whoever was running the Budweiser social media team that day, because I really like the irony of it all. But yeah,
it's out of work now, though.
I suppose. What do you say to the Qatari officials and the law enforcement? Okay, if they're telling you something's not going to run, I'm guessing that's the way it's going to be.
You know the problem with these guys is they've got loads of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't mind if it's cost them £75 million. It's like whatever. Yeah. You can't like bully them over money.
No,
yeah, you can't like shoot like do a little. Well, that's £2 million, and they're gonna be like, yeah, cool, safe, no problem, bless.
Yeah. I respect that about them. They're like, we'll just dig another hole and find some more oil. We're not asked.
One of the stories that really caught the imagination of the people back here is the Scousers who have gone out on a beer hunt. They've bumped into, I'm led to believe, which is a son of the prince or son of the sheik, rather. Okay, he's upped them in the Range Rover, the Land Rover. They've gone for a little drive, got their beers sorted out. He's then took them to the palace. He's running around playing with exotic animals, tigers and stuff. Nobody believed him, myself included. We thought he was away with it. Then he posts out the video with him and the tiger. Have you ever seen anything like it?
But what you got to realise is, yeah, James, you thought he was lying, but if you know Scousers, when they talk a certain way, they're not lying. No. And he was talking in that tone. He wasn't lying. No way. And then obviously, I thought, that sounds mad. But when he was like, the talk weren't even stuttering. He was just continuously talking. I was like, okay. And then you scroll down and you see him just patting the lion and just going, yeah. And the palace is just there. And I'm just thinking, you man landed on one there, boy. That no, they got something.
Have you seen the video of him in the nightclub and everything?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that one. I need to check that out.
Yeah. It's like a video of him in the nightclub, and he's basically saying all this garbage the media have been like telling us is utter nonsense. The guy's in there with a cigar about that fat.
Bunning as well. Like, what?
Yeah.
He's with his old man, and he's like,
wow.
He's bunning a zoo. He's doing all sorts.
It's interesting, isn't it? Are we getting the full picture, or are we being told what we should think about people? Sometimes with related stuff. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So can I just speak just briefly on this? So imagine if the World Cup was in England, okay? So you could paint a picture of England by going certain places, and it could be a picture of absolute fear. I remember when the World Cup went to South Africa, and they did very similar about how you're not allowed to leave your house, and people are getting murdered left, right, and centre. You can go to anywhere in the world and paint whatever picture you like. And when they start trying to paint this picture, and the picture is probably very distorted from reality, you have to ask yourself why they're trying to paint this picture.
It's interesting, isn't it? It is interesting.
Don't take anything that the media is saying unless you experience something for yourself, because you don't know what their agenda is. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, why would you, like, these people, when you look at them, they just look calm. They're in their outfit and whatever. They just look calm, collected, sitting down. You know what I mean? And you're just thinking to yourself, bruh, all right, they've got their rules. We've got our rules. Other countries have got their rules. You just respect the rules, go to the country, play, watch the games being played, then come home. That's it.
Speaking of agenda, speaking of rules, speaking of regulations, there was a huge agenda to get every World Cup captain to wear the rainbow armband. As we spoke about in previous shows, as the World Cup got closer, we saw each football federation, deciding that their captain wasn't going to do it. In particular, with the Hugo Lloris thing, because the players, I'm guessing, they weren't having it, was they? They weren't having it. Either there weren't finances coming to the players, or they didn't believe in the cause, but they weren't having it. On top of that, the Qatar laws, and I'm insisting, I'm being told that if you were to wear it, your captain would receive a yellow card on the field for wearing inappropriate clothing. So the decision's been made to completely drop the armband from the players. They had a different armband on, but obviously that's not as offensive to the Qatari people. What's going on? What do we make of it? Have FIFA got themselves in trouble by taking a lot of money for a campaign that hasn't been delivered by the players? Where do we stand on it all? What are your thoughts on it? Woodshak, what are you thinking?
Well, what's going on is what we've been speaking about for the last few months on this show. So when push comes to shove, you're either about it or you're not. And we found out today that a lot of people are virtue signaling, but they ain't really about it. If it's going to affect them, I'm not really about it. And we found out today, but we knew this anyway. So, you either walk it how you talk it or just keep your mouth shut. That's my take.
I want to pick up on the Alex Scott.
I knew he was going to mention this.
Bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what is the actual point? If you feel so strongly about something, you just don't go. But then again, that's going to fuck up the money.
This is what I mean.
So let's go, yeah? And let's wear a rainbow armband, even though, have you ever, unless when the Queen died the other day, or someone high profile dies, or a member of the Sky team or football or whatever, have you ever seen somebody wear an armband presenting the show or commenting?
No, it ain't.
On the show.
It's not a point. I've never seen a presenter wear an armband.
You've got a dress on, you've got a dress, and then you've got an armband.
No, I've not seen it.
Like the last time I seen something like that was when I went to York races, and this girl had a lovely dress on. She had a tag on. I'm like, what? What is going on? So listen to this. So I'm speaking to this girl at the races, and she's like, "Oh, where you all going later?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're going so." I said, "Are you coming?" She's like, "Nah, I've got to be home for 9. I'm on tag." she pulled her dress up. She had a tag on.
It just don't make no, like.
Yeah. Let's give Alex Scott.
Shut your mouth and just present, get paid, come back, done. Yeah.
Let's give Alex Scott the benefit of that though, 90. Do you think she could have been told to wear that?
No.
Nah.
No. She's being extra. That's what it is. Like, she's being extra. She
You know what, as well?
about it's done, bro.
I like Alex Scott. I like her. I think she's got this one wrong, big time. Night is right, you know. Night is 100% right. You know, if you're really about it, you sat at home watching it.
Simple.
If you're really about it and you're making a stance. But
Simple.
she chose the money. So if you do, and I've got no problems with that. I'd go. You offer me money, I'm going.
I've
got no problems with it. But on the flip side, I ain't going to be over there preaching or taking knees or wearing bands or doing whatever. You've taken the money. So because you've taken the money, slow yourself down.
Or even, this is what, when I say extra, this is what I mean. Even if you had a little badge there to say, yeah, boom, boom. The girl's wearing it up like she's going to play on the field. The armband was just big. It was just there. You have to show it. Who's Jason? Who's editing the show? Make sure you put up Alex Scott in the armband. Bruv, the armband was bigger than her. It wasn't even an armband. It was a flag.
If she feels this strongly, then
it was a flag. Huh?
If she feels this strongly, do you think she should have done what DJ Fat Phil did and just stay at home, burn his money like Beckham?
Yeah, fuck it.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
What do you think, James? I don't think you can if you're gonna go and take the money, then that you lose any sort of I don't want to say respect because it's maybe not the right word, but you lose any sort of authority to be able to actually complain about the situation while you're over there basically taking the dough.
What if she's using it as a chance to try and help the campaign? Like she's putting it front center stage.
They should arrest her. How about that? Just arrest her.
Could happen, you know.
Bro, she's just disrespect. You can't go to a man's country and they're telling you can't do certain things. These flags and these signs and signals and all of this crap is void in this country. Then all of a sudden you think, you're not even elite like that. You're not even elite. I don't care how many goals you scored. At them times when you was playing, who was watching women's football? No one. Yeah? So you're not even elite. You're just coming up because of what you've done during football, but nobody watched you. I didn't watch her. These new players, yeah, when they're on the TV, the Euros the other day, blah, 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 yeah, cool. We've seen them. But her, talking stats, you're on the TV, arrest her. Listen, the man them in Qatar, just arrest her. She's disrespecting the country, yeah? She's showing no flipping respect. Just arrest her, throw her in jail. Do what they did to that basketball girl in Russia. Just throw her in the jail, cuz. Because she's who are you?
Mate, she went to jail. That armband have come off really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
Throw her in the cellar. Simple. I don't care. Throw her in there because she's showing complete disrespect.
If that's her belief, okay, let's break it down like Woodhouse said. If that's her belief, maybe she would have been better off not accepting the contract to go out there and work on the World Cup. That's what
stay at home.
That's what we believe. Yeah. It makes logic. It does make logic. If you're against something, okay, it doesn't make no sense to go and promote it and work for it.
If you go and you're against it, you lose all power.
What can you come on, bruv? Like
she knows that. Listen, she's not stupid. She knows.
Someone must have tweeted her something like that, and then she thought, well, it touched the nerve because we're actually right. You know what I mean? And then she thought, well, I'll just wear the armband. Like, bro, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like someone must have told her, but you took the peas. You can't come out and try and tell people about whatever and this, that, and the other. You took the peas.
And you know what?
Anything you've got is void.
Night is so right as well. The armband was so extra.
Maybe it's because she's only got little arms. It looked bigger.
No, It was huge.
It looked like a billboard. It was massive. It was massive. It was huge.
She didn't have the biceps for that armband.
No, it was huge. You weren't missing that armband, was it? Let's be brutally honest. It was huge.
And
it was huge. It was huge.
It's foolishness. Listen, I'm telling you now, yeah, they should just arrest her. Simple. And just show that, listen, don't come to our country and disrespect. Can't do that.
Coming away.
Imagine
If
they arrested her. Imagine.
I'll be on the tail on banter.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
No, because in hindsight, she's disrespected. Mm-hmm. If they're saying you can't do that as a captain, you're going to get a yellow card and do all that. You can't do that.
Something tells me the Qataris are really up on social media, because when you had that Qatari don going mad at the Ecuador fan with his kids, and you could tell he'd taken offence. About a half hour later, there's a video of them two together, all happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it got released, obviously, because I reckon the other Qatari dons have been on the phone to him saying, "Look, you've just made us look bad." Do you know what I mean? Ecuador don shouldn't have been celebrating like that, mocking you guys, but do you know what I mean? You shouldn't have done that. So
I don't know why we think these countries are not up to date with us. I don't know why we say, oh, well, they must be. And, when we go over there, is it going to be like medieval times and whatever? Bruv, their countries are lit.
Yeah. It just looked to me on the video like someone had said to him, "Look, that's what's gone out worldwide. We need an instant reaction to you and him being friends now." And I think...
Bruv, I heard when I went to the rave, "Fat man scoop, Crooklyn Clan, fat man scoop, Crooklyn Clan" in the club. I was like, "Babe, the club's cold."
Yeah. It's just the arrogance of the Western world, isn't it? That's what it is.
Thank you, Curtis.
Are England good enough to top the group? I know we've got England up to USA and Wales playing today. Are England going to top the group and go for and have it all their own way?
Yeah, easy.
The hardest game is going to be against Wales. Yeah,
just because emotionally there's a lot involved in it.
It's like a World Cup final for Wales, isn't it? Playing England. It's going to be
it's a big game for them. Minor for
big game for us as well. Don't get
minor. We're not bothered about the Welsh. Like my youth are the Welsh. It's a big day for them.
Listen, it's a big like Scotland, isn't it? Like, it's a big game, isn't it?
Curtis has had a few beers when the patois comes out. Man, like Curtis Patois Woodhouse.
I think we'll beat Wales. I think it'll be close. We'll probably beat them 2-0 in their World Cup final. But we'll beat Wales, no drama.
Yeah.
Bro, all I'm saying, if we continue to move like how we're moving with this arrogance as well, that's what I liked about today.
Yeah.
It was fizzing the ball about. I was like, come on. I was looking at the screen like, wow, we're actually doing this. I know it's Iran. I know. Yeah. But yet still, can only beat what's in front of you.
Boys.
Listen, are we going to talk about Jude Bellingham or...
I'm glad you mentioned that. Mate. His header today for the first goal was sublime, wasn't it? Let's be brutally honest. Great finish. For someone only 19 years old, he looks so composed. Top player. Top player.
He looks like a midfielder that has everything. He's a mixture between Patrick Vieira and Steven Gerrard. And you know what? He's big. He's 6'1", 6'2". He's a big guy. He's good in the air, technically brilliant, a physical specimen. He can play. This guy is our future. This guy is
tackle
the one. He can do everything. This guy's special. And he's 19.
I want to apologise to Birmingham Football Club for mocking them for retiring his shirt. I want to apologise, okay? Because it looks like you guys might have made the right decision. He looks like a special generational talent. I'd like to take this time just to apologise to Birmingham. You were right to retire his shirt after a couple of games.
And he's captain for Dortmund as well, isn't he? So this kid's got something about him.
He's got it.
The worst thing is we get these players now and again in England. Probably one was probably Rooney, that come up young and they just hit the scene and it's flipping flames. Yeah. And now it's just for us as fans, as the England camp, as you know, he's going to be coming over to the Premier League very soon. Yeah. Is to just nurture him because he is going to be an absolute footballer. He's going to be England captain.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I said that today to my son. He'll be the England captain.
100%.
You know what, just picking up on what you said then, has it been good for him that he's not been in England? Would his next move be Real Madrid? So he's not on our doorsteps. He's not getting the nonsense from the media.
Trust me, mate.
Look at Sancho. The move to Man United has effectively cost him a place at the World Cup. Hasn't worked out, has it?
Hold on. I tell you what's affected Sancho's move to the World Cup. The fact that he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Sancho's never been that guy.
If he was still playing in Germany and putting up numbers, he would have been on the plane.
Yeah, but listen, what you don't realise is that's the German league. I know you're going to say, well,
that's not the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making.
Jude's in there, but Jude has come Champions League and dominated against City.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But Sancho's numbers were the same for in Germany for Dortmund before he moved. He would have been on the plane. He would have been.
He might have been on the plane. He wouldn't have been playing, though. He's never been that guy for me. I said from day one, I don't think Sancho's all that.
No,
can we just take a minute to appreciate Bukayo Saka? What a player the boy is. What a talent. Yeah. Real talent. How-end product. Future of England on the right-hand side. Some performance today from the star boy.
And I still don't think we're getting best. Like, so much of it should be, you should be getting, don't get me wrong, brilliant. He's been brilliant this season, club football, coming in the World Cup, scored, played well today or whatever. But the amount of ball that he sees, for instance, I'm not parring him up against Messi, but I'm just giving you a comparison. If Messi sees as much ball as that, the teams are getting washed. Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're getting washed.
Saka for me is a funny one. Saka's playing well. You know, I would never say he wasn't. I just don't think he's all that. And that's not me. Like, I made that opinion early on. It's just me sticking with it. If I think I've got something wrong, I'm the first to say it. I don't know. For me, I don't watch him and think this kid's a baller. Right. He has little moments here and there. Right. I don't think he's all that. He's brilliant today. Love it. Buzzing for him. Scoring 2 goals in the World Cup, your first ever World Cup. It's things dreams are made of. So, you know, love, respect for all of that. But for me, he ain't all that.
This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah? Maybe, you know, he's seeing so much of the ball. Maybe he got much more to give. Do you understand what I'm saying? What he's giving now is good. Don't get me wrong. But maybe he ain't got much more in his locker to deliver.
He's a good player, isn't he? He's a good player, but is he like people are saying like he's a generational talent? He's not that, is he? Is he? I don't know.
No.
He could be.
Not for me.
He very well could be. He very
well
could be.
No.
All right. On that
note,
not
Foden. He's not Foden's level.
How's Foden not playing? How is Phil Foden not playing?
I'm glad someone mentioned this, but when the boys win 6-2, it's hard to question Gareth Southgate's selection, regardless of Foden being generational.
That's why the show's just got to end now.
That's what I mean. We can't really disrespect Gareth. He hasn't got it wrong. He's got it right, regardless of Foden being in there. Exactly. It's a tough one, isn't it? I would have started Foden. Woodshak would have started Foden. I'm sure 90 would have, but he's got it right.
He's got to play. He has to play.
There's a lot more football to be played, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
So let's just see what happens and how it unfolds. Gentlemen, I've got to say I thoroughly enjoyed your company today. If you're watching this on the visuals, please download our Pitch Football app, competitions, giveaways, fan stuff. If you're listening to us on Spotify, it's great to have your ears. Make sure you check out the visual show on YouTube. And we look forward to talking as and when the World Cup unfolds. Thank you very much. God bless.
Cheers, bud.